All right, yeah.
So I got a little video for you guys to watch, a little clip real quick.
Now, it is important to point out that tidal, wave, solar, and wind power requires virtually no preliminary energy to harness, unlike coal, oil, gas, biomass, hydrogen, and all the others. In combination, these four mediums alone, if efficiently harnessed through technology, could power the world forever. That being said, there happens to be another form of clean, renewable energy which trumps them all: geothermal power. Geothermal energy utilizes what is called heat mining, which, through a simple process using water, is able to generate massive amounts of clean energy. In 2006, an MIT report on geothermal energy found that 13,000 zettajoules of power are currently available in the Earth, with the possibility of 2,000 zettajoules being easily tappable with improved technology. The total energy consumption of all the countries on the planet is about half of a zettajoule a year. This means about 4,000 years of planetary power could be harnessed in this medium alone. And when we understand that the Earth's heat generation is constantly renewed, this energy is really limitless. It could be used forever.
All right, so my topic today is geothermal energy. Is geothermal energy cost-effective, planet-safe form of energy? I plan to educate you, the class, on the pros and cons of geothermal energy. This form of energy has been used since the times of ancient Greece and Rome. They use it to warm their baths in their houses. This is a picture of somebody in a bath over in Rome. But I'm going to show you how it works, how we make electricity from it. So first, it starts over here. They drill down into the earth to where it gets really hot, really close. So heated rock, and there's water down there. And they pump the water from the high pressure from down in the well. And as it comes up and the pressure lessens, it turns to steam, which causes the water to turn to steam. Yeah. The steam then spins the turbine over here, which generates electricity. And then the water then travels through the cooling tower. Over here to the cooling tower, where then it then cools and turns back into water. And then they shoot it back into the ground so that they can start the process all over again. And so in this process, it's called the closed circuit process. It has nearly zero emissions of gas and stuff like that. Some say this will be the primary form of energy we use in the future. I'll first show you what benefits there are in using this form of energy, and then transition into some of the negative things about it, and then follow that up with my own opinion on the matter. According to the venusproject.com, this is the cleanest, most abundant form of energy available to us on the planet. And then also a different website, triplepundit.com, the amount of geothermal energy available equates to 79 million billion barrels of oil. That's roughly 15,000 times more than there's estimated to be in the oil reserves around the world. That is enough to provide the world with almost a limitless amount of energy. And it's completely renewable. Also, according to triplepundit.com, geothermal energy is almost entirely emissions-free and completely carbon-free. Now that I've shown you the benefits of geothermal energy, I'd like to bring some light on some of the negative factors. There are two major downsides for geothermal energy: the construction difficulties of the plants and excess water usage. According to the UCSUSA.org, Union of Concerned Scientists, geothermal plants can require anywhere from 1,700 to 4,000 gallons of water per megawatt an hour. According to triplepundit.com, not only is it expensive to construct the geothermal sites, but it also is difficult to drill through the heated rock and tap into the energy. Now that I've given you both the beneficial and negative sides of the matter, I'd like to move on to my own opinion on it. I believe that this source of energy can save the planet and provide humanity with all its energy needs. Geothermal energy has the greatest potential energy output and the least amount of emissions, meaning that we could provide the entire Earth with all the energy needs. This would stop wars around the planet that we fight to gain control of oil. This source of energy is completely renewable. There will be no need to ever worry about, if we're going to run out of it. Now that you've heard my opinion on the matter, the pros, the cons of geothermal energy, it is time for you to make your own decision. Do you want a brighter future where humanity is still alive and not fighting over the limited resources of the past? Or would you rather the planet die and wither away? The choice is up to you. Any questions?
Why are we not funding this right now?
That's a good question. The oil companies, they're trying to keep us down. Anybody else?
I'm not sure if this is a relevant question, but is this similar to the fracking process that a lot of people are against? Does it have negative sides?
The what process?
The fracking. So basically how how oil plants, they drill through the earth to get the oil out.
Mm-hmm.
Does this have negative effects on the earth?
I don't know what the consequences are, but from what I've read, it doesn't seem very bad on the earth, especially since we're already drilling for oil. The only difficulties is that, there's some more pros and cons I put up here that I wasn't able to fit in the speech just because it would have made it way too long. Is that it's very site specific, especially with the technology that we have for it right now. You have to be able to, and most of the places that are prime locations are not near any populations or farther away. So when you have to travel or transmit all that electricity, you lose some of it.
So it's also kind of like how oil works. You have to drill into the earth.
Yes, you have to drill into the earth, and then it's like the steam powered. So basically, the way we use it, it's like hydro thermal energy. But there's many more applications that can happen.
Going off of his question about the fragging, the bad thing about fragging is they use a lot of chemicals, and just get dispersed back into all the lands. This is a clean, non-chemically toxic way. When the water goes through, they don't add chemicals to the steam, and the water goes back.
Oh no, yeah, it just turns to steam, and then they wait till it turns back to water and shoot it right back into. Because it's how there's underground rivers and lakes and stuff like that.
Aquifers.
Yeah, exactly. It's prime spots would be hot springs, Old Faithful and stuff like that.
Are we using any of this energy right now? Are there plants?
A small portion, and I think actually, what country is it? Switzerland or is it Norway? I think that they're trying to use this form of energy, as we speak, for most of their energy.
Can we reuse the water after
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gone through the entire process?
So what they do is they actually inject the water back into the ground, so it goes back into the well, so it's just being reused again.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. So keep reusing the same water?
Yeah.
At the beginning of the video, I touched on something, said or called a xenojoule.
Xenojoule?
Yeah, how does that differ from a regular joule?
I just think it's bigger. It's a huge amount. Yeah.
Last question, then we're going to move into comments.
How much does it take to set up a facility like that? Because we put so much more of our money into different energy sources. That would it be beneficial to put all our money into this?
I feel it would. And we also have the technology to be able to do it. It's one of the. Have you ever heard of the Venus? If any of you guys have never heard of the Venus Project or watched the Zeitgeist movies, it kind of touches on it. And the Venus Project is basically someone's vision of the future and the technologies that we have now that we're able to do those sort of things. If we were able to harness this and then a mixture of all the other ones that were in the beginning of the video too, there would be no need for oil or anything.
Comments, class. What impressed you? What'd you like? What worked?
I found the topic to be extremely intriguing. I'm definitely looking into it. Not to mention, it's just kind of like a giant turbo system.
Yeah. Sam.
You were incredibly more confident and calm as of last time. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
I thought you had the most effective video to really show us what it was. It was a very clear visual.
Yeah, I really wanted to do it just solely on the Venus project, but then she said we need some fine dining, so I just chose a piece of it and focused on that.
Like you're really well informed, like even though the video took up like a good amount of time, you still like packed like all the pros and the cons in your opinion, and like it was all very, very well laid out in that short amount of time.
Yeah, thank you.
Jessica Payne.
It means a lot coming from a guy with your name.
Anyone else? You seem very credible to speak on these topics. I thought it was a great topic. I think it inspired us to want to learn more, and that's a big part of what I feel like teaches is to learn more and keep gathering information and make our own decisions. You did a good job of arguing both sides. You had effective source citations throughout. I really appreciated that. I knew where you got your information from. I thought your open video was very good because it was informative, but it made your intro about 3 minutes, so that would be something to think about, how to kind of shorten the front end so you can really get into the body of the speech. But overall, your work in the room, you look professional, and you seemed even more confident this time. Nicely done.
Thank you.